Shout out to the Wave. They had Kevin Hart on the show, and I could be wrong, but just listening to this, it sounded like he was trying to bring the Avengers back together. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, him, Cat Williams, a number of comedians, they've been like that for a while. And I think it's important that we have this conversation. So let's jump into it and have a discussion.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Always a little ruffle in the water for quite some time, but you know, picking up the phone does a lot.
Yeah.
Having direct conversations and removing the middlemen does a lot. And I think as we got older, we got better at it. It was more about the idea of what we felt or possibly felt that we should be doing together and that we weren't. And because we weren't, assumptions are made and feelings are developed and animosity comes in, and through the long, gated timeline, then it just becomes, well, you're not with me, I'm not with you. But I think now we understand that we have a job to do, and that job is to be better examples, right? So mending whatever the problems were in our days of old and allowing this generation to see like we're not afraid to do that, alleviates the future world of conflict for them. Me, Mike, me, Cat. There was always a little ruffle in the water for quite some time, but picking up the phone does a lot.
Yeah.
Having direct conversations and removing the middlemen does a lot. And I think as we got older, we got better at it. It was more about the idea of what we felt or possibly felt that we should be doing together and that we weren't. And because we weren't, assumptions are made and feelings are developed and animosity comes in, and through the long, gated timeline, then it just becomes, well, you're not with me, I'm not with you. But I think now we understand that we have a job to do, and that job is to be better examples, right? So mending whatever the problems were in our days of old and allowing this generation to see like we're not afraid to do that, alleviates the future world of conflict for them.
You would think that would have been something that you applied a long time ago. I don't care how you get to the destination, though, as long as you get there. In all honesty, we've all backslid or felt betrayed or been in bad business, personal or not. But I think that what is missing here is the component of, well, life is short. Is this really worth losing out on a relationship, friendship? Is this really worth my ego and my pride? Going 10, 20 years without speaking to someone? A lot of these things that we be angry about and bitter about can be resolved. All it takes is people being humble. But
we're much better today than we were yesterday. We're talking about doing a couple different things together. We got some great ideation happening about how we can shape it up for the culture and give the culture something that they desperately deserve. And that's finding a way for us all to share the screen together. You got so many people, but we all got our the Tucker, the Cat, the Epps, the me, the Rock, the Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Wanda, Monique, Leslie Jones. We got to find a way to throw the to the side.
Do you think you lead in that?
I think it takes a lot of patience to get it done. It's tough dealing with separate thought processes. Everybody's got an agenda. And if your agenda doesn't fit my agenda, instead of us finding a nucleus, sometimes you find an explosion. Chris tried to do it with Death at the Funeral, right? He's like, all right, here's my attempt at it. Let me get who I can. Let me figure out my way. we're much better today than we were yesterday. You know, we're talking about doing a couple different things together. We got some great ideation happening about.
You can't have one person that's going against the grain while you're going out of your way to extend the olive branch. At some point, you got to know that this is for a bigger cause, a greater cause. Putting together these movies and these comedy sketches and shows, I know it has to be exhausting. It's essentially you're putting on content for a number of people in the world who just need a laugh. They just need to smile. And I don't know about y'all, but you want to see some people work together that never did. You want to see some of these folks get past the nonsense, sit down, and figure it out. Period. If they can do this, I don't see a problem with it. If it's genuine, that is. Like if you're just saying all this just for the sake of saying the shit for a good PR, yeah, I'm good on that. But
You know, Q with the Fridays and the next Fridays.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you highlight Cat and Mike, I mean, those movies were
Iconic.
big movies and iconic movies, but it's because of the star power of that younger comedic talent in those movies at the time. But it was a variation of it. I'm guilty of wanting more for other people than they may want for themselves.
Okay.
And the younger version of myself used to get angry if you don't see the opportunity at hand,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't see what you can get to by doing this thing that I'm showing you. How do you not get it? How do you not see it? And it would put turmoil in a relationship, right? Whereas now, you don't really give a that much anymore. I want to see you win, but if you don't want to win,
it.
it's okay.
Yeah, cool.
By the way,
Yeah.
cool. You want to get something to eat? you want to hang out? I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to be a
End all be
thing.
all.
It doesn't have to.
But
it
you don't
doesn't
feel
matter
like
as much. You know, Q with the Friday.
like I said before, there's a bigger cause here. I don't know what their goals and objectives is. I would like to see more black men and black women, or just comedians in general, get more opportunities. I would love to see them away from the dark side of Hollywood as well. But when I'm listening to you talk, I'm asking myself, under what jurisdiction are we trying to apply all of these practices? What direction are we going in? Because we all know there's a dark side to that community that you're in, and I don't know if you're on this side or on that side. Maybe I'm just skeptical like that, but let's get some collaborations. Let's get some new ideas in motion. As long as they ain't under no satanic or demonic practices, I'm cool.
you don't feel like a certain responsibility for that though, being as massively successful as you are?
No, not like I used to.
Okay.
Because a lot of your actions and your efforts are overlooked at the convenience of others when they choose to forget. But you can only give the presentation a couple of times before you find yourself jeopardizing your mental or your needs.
Mm-hmm.
What is a priority is just fixing the relationships of old. They don't have to be bad.
Yeah.
In the case of where that's been done, I'm happy with that. And I think that we're going to figure out how to do some dope together.
Yeah. It's growth.
But the growth comes with also an understanding of it's okay if we don't.
Yeah. That's growth.
That's what I'm saying. Like but the biggest thing is being okay with that, and knowing that you did your side.
Absolutely.
And I'm okay if it was received or not received. I'm okay with that.
Now that, you know what? That's real talk. You can only meet somebody as far as they're willing to meet you. And then at that particular juncture, you've done all that you could do. You have to continue on your mission or whatever your purpose is. I hope whatever they got going on, it's in a space where it gives praise to the creator. I hope that it comes with actual healing for the people who paid tickets to sit for an hour, 2 hours, watch you perform. I hope it does something in a positive light, and there's no negative backlash from these unions. What do y'all think? Who do you want to see these guys collab with? Who do you want to see? Do you, matter of fact, scratch that. Do you want to see reenactments? Do you want to see them do tours? Do you like? Let me know.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is bread and plain.